Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, Lasers and Liches, Starfall. My name is Diamond and I am your storyteller. I'm here with Thomas, David, Allison, and Jocelyn. We're part of Game Breakers. What else we have to say here? 2.5? Words, links in the doobly-doo. Maybe that comes after. But welcome to season 2. We got our feet wet a little bit last session, and now we're going to dive right back into that big story y'all are hanging out wondering about. We open with On the Road. The the Wanari catnapping next to a box while a chrome steed pulls it along behind him, driven by a rook, a raven that's named Rook, not a rook. That's not confusing.
It's an actual chess piece.
And thus far, I had managed to stave off exhaustion with like the 45-minute rest.
You had one
Right.
level of it.
Okay.
The way we did dice last time, you had one level of exhaustion. That's what you've hit.
Okay.
Sucks a little bit.
Meh.
Probably shouldn't drive a car, but you could still get there if you really had to.
Oh, I don't do the driving. That's for Rook.
Yeah,
I just do the summonings. I summon the disc, I summon the steed, and then back out.
Stopping every half hour to summon. So you are... Okay, so the way that your timing works, the sun is beginning to come up. Those of you inside the house, inside the box, inside the hole in the log, whatever. It's been sunny the whole time. So, I don't know how you tell it's time to wake up or not, or which of you is just the person who doesn't need an alarm clock, but I bet it's Tuesday. Probably. Like, I've been asleep for exactly 7.25 hours up.
Yeah. If it's not a cat thing, it's a bounty hunter thing.
You gave yourself an extra 15 minutes for grief today.
Mm-hmm. No, that was the drinking yesterday.
Oh, yes, that's right. So the either slightly awake or not awake at all, Friendly is the only one who gets to see the sunrise on the plains. How many of you have seen a sunrise somewhere where it's not mountainous? Yeah, it's an interesting thing to just how early day starts for the people who don't live on giant hills or in the valleys below them. So, glorious sunrise,
really.
wispy clouds. It's not really wet time of year, but it's beautiful if you have an eye for that sort of thing. Anyone doing anything for the waking up? Well, I mean, I'm gonna go with Tuesday's awake. I don't know about the rest of you. Any particular activities?
I am also awake.
Welcome back.
How long have we been sleeping? Has it been a full 8 hours or?
Well, you got woken up in the middle of the night, so everyone else it would be like the full 8 hours.
Okay.
You can catch up to that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so Empress sleeps like a snake, which pretty much means that she's resting anytime she's not actively doing a thing. And Sumosaur sleeps like my partner, which is to say in 12-hour chunks unless something wakes them up, because sleep is just really nice, man. Am I? Yeah, okay. So so Tuesday,
Premium.
you're the one who's awake.
Am I fully rested, or do I need more to be fully functioning?
Where you'll fully rested.
Okay.
That whole encounter didn't take that long. The drinking took longer, probably.
I wake up. I do an equipment check. I take down the alarms, and out of neuroses, I check on the kid and make sure she's okay.
As you start taking the things down, she's waking up and she just sort of lays there blinking. You check on her, she like,
Mhm. Just
very
in that.
politely, good morning.
Good morning. But just in that, I just woke up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, take down the alarms, check on the kid, and I'll peek out of the. I'll go out and peek out of the box.
Are you in a waking or sleeping, Friendly?
I mean, it's that very shallow sleep. Even if he is, but he's just huddled up on the disc in front of the chest. Morning.
Hey.
Breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Right.
of where the planes have started to rise. Oh, wait. I can wait till your conversation's over to say this. Please continue.
I mean, I was done.
Have Sumo make it. That way we'll make sure there's enough.
Yeah.
Do you check out the landscape or just like look out at Friendly?
That's what I was actually doing. Is that?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't imagine for any of this conversation that we were actually looking at each other. Like we were
Okay,
both.
that makes so much. I was confused, honestly. Now it makes sense.
Tuesday by default is always behaving under the notion that shit could happen any second. So it's that make sure nothing's going wrong, scan the horizon for murderers. Oh, hello, party member.
So you're heading more or less directly south at this moment. The river is pretty close to your left, because that's where the road goes right now. And just about like southeast of you, you can see just what looks like a couple of something sticking out of the ground. It's like half a day away at least, even at this speed, but
But like outcroppings, not like something that's moving.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I go back in and see if the dinosaur's awake.
How's that tub of ramen treating you, Sumosaur?
So well.
It's empty now.
Always more ramen.
Quick question: is there a rafter in the fortress?
A what?
Rafter.
Or even just any old bar that goes across at the roof.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
haven't
where
heard that
Empress
word
is.
in. I haven't heard that word in so long. I didn't even recognize it.
You were trying to figure out if there was a raft there for a minute.
Like, is she saying raptor? Like? I also a part of it is I've never heard rafter in the singular forms, so I didn't.
It's true.
It's like
it took me a
up
second
in the
too.
rafters. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Empress is up
Carry
in the
on.
rafters.
Well, Tuesday comes back in and goes to poke Sumosaur.
Empress is just watching.
For the record, I do not poke the sumo wrestler.
I feel that.
How do you try to wake me up?
I approach them and at room volume I say, "Are you awake?"
There's no response.
We've been traveling for a while. Do I know his sleep pattern?
I hope so.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
So I'm aware that we got like 4 more hours.
The analogy I was making is like, I'll sleep for 12 hours if you let me, but I'm fine at 8.
I will keep moving closer and like going up a decibel at a time. Are you awake?
Ah, I am now.
How would you feel about making breakfast?
Ah, fine.
And I just leave.
Roz comes down from the stairs from the room she was staying in, and also goes to the exit area. The door lid, box door lid, uh, and pops her head out to look around, and looks
Morning.
off in the distance. Go ahead.
Morning.
Good morning.
Sleep well?
I always do. And then
Good.
looks off in the distance for a minute, does that, the kid thing where they make a decision and they nod firmly?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that, and then drops back in and goes to Chessman. Hastings. Whichever. Both of those are correct word. Anyway.
The mechanical man.
So from your vantage point then, friendly, you hear the sound of leathery flaps and screeing. Assuming you look up, you see a number of aerodactyls that are
Assuming you look up, nah. It's fine. Somebody's tip blew away, whatever.
All right.
you see a number of aerodactyls that are diving into the water fishing, catching fish and pulling them out and eating them. You have a very close view of this early morning thing.
Empress is quite intrigued.
Did you
Well, you would have to
follow
come out of
Roz?
the box.
Yeah.
You have to
Yes.
know about it first.
Yes, she followed Roz.
I kind
I'm
of
in a
figured
whole
she
other
followed
world.
Roz. Yeah.
Empress is always following Roz. At least when I'm here, Empress is always following Roz.
Well, that's good to know.
How far away is the river?
Uh, you're like, you're where, let me look at the map tape before I just answer.
I mean, is the road like
And
right there, or is it off a distance?
like 3 meters. You're in
Okay.
this region that's very close to the river.
All right.
So it is, they're swooping over at very low height, like, or not really swooping over. There's some swoop, drop, grab, go back out. I'm pretending I know how pterodactyls flew, right? But whatever.
Well, they had
I
jet engines.
I will I will try not to look delicious. Uh, and I will tell Rook to wake me the moment they deviate if they come this direction or if they get within, say, 100 feet. Nah, make it 200. They've got a flight speed.
There's also some, I don't know how like an aerodactyl screaming might sound, but there's something in the water catches one of them and it doesn't come back up. You can tell by the thrashing and the screaming. Everything screams, right? Just go with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's definitely a Wilhelm scream. Friendly will just like motion for the horse to go to the far side of the road. Defensive driving. It's a whole different meaning in Lasers and Liches.
Yeah, a little.
But yeah, carry on until, I mean, it's probably only 15, 20 minutes before
You're
the ritual runs out.
Yep.
So I will, like, thinking ahead to that, hey, Empress, I think we're going to need to assemble while I make this, while I recast the rituals to keep us traveling. I don't like the look of the hungry creatures out there. Would you mind gathering the folks? And could someone bring me some breakfast?
Empress nods and looks at Roz and is like, "Do you want to come with, Roz?"
Oh, thank you. No, it's not safe for me to go out there yet.
Oh, I don't mean out there. I mean back to the.
Oh, she already went back in.
Oh.
Sorry. It's fine.
No one told me that. Empress goes back in and is like, "We need some food for Friendly, and also there are some, I don't know what creatures there are, but they're very hungry, and there's also something in the river that is eating the flying things."
Good times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Roz went to check out the box. Empress went with her. Roz left and Empress stayed looking out the box.
Yes, and now Empress is back.
Yes.
Okay. So I had some glitchy moments in there, so I'm trying to keep caught up.
No problem.
Okay. And I just go and once Roz is back with her butler, I go outside.
Well, you see much the same scene that I previously described of the Aerodactyls diving into the water, kegging out big silver delicious fish, and occasionally one doesn't come back out, flops in the water, and then is gone underneath it.
I'm crouched next to the box, using it as a sniper blind, and just keeping a lookout.
Okay. The Aerodactyls continue to ignore you as none of you look like a fish, and Rook doesn't look particularly like a meal. It's at least not an easy one in the way fish are. And after a little bit of time of this, you're right about when your spell runs out. You are past the bulk of where the Aerodactyls are flying into the water. Like, clearly moving as a group of birds is called a
Unit?
Flock?
flock. They are not units. You missed the absolute unit. It's fine.
Squadron.
A squadron of Aerodactyls, I'd take that.
A blessing.
Yes. Yes.
Of
Squadron.
doves?
Of
A
unicorns.
murder?
A group of unicorns is called a blessing.
A confusion. I don't remember what it is, but there's a confusion of something. Anyway. And we are like
a crap
kittens
pile
with ADHD. That one's like dude if you live in California, where it just refers to everything. Okay.
That's not even a reference for me because I mean, not even an excuse for me because I do have ADHD.
Yeah, we know. That does make it exactly an excuse for you and not for the rest of us. Anyway,
I don't know. I think I gained it this year.
Fair. Can you gain ADHD?
No.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I suppose you can, but I was kidding.
It's yeah. If you're really interested in the question, we'll talk about it another time.
Functionally, ADHD is a lack of dopamine, so anything where you have a lack of dopamine may have symptoms that look like ADHD, but may not be ADHD. That's the short version.
That's what I was talking about, but I didn't want to bother with that answer. But thank you,
Ask me
Diamond.
about my executive dysfunction. And we're gonna stop the train. The train is stopping. Also, your all's train is stopping because everything's gonna wear down and go. I imagine that the tensor disc just stopped, like that you have to actually time it and stop the horse rather than just letting the physics take over the box and it continues to fly forward, or not. How do you do this, Friendly?
The box follows me, and by extension, Rook. So it's only that that Rook is being pulled, that Rook is on the horse, that he's basically the trailer hitch. So the horse goes first, at which point I begin to recast that. I'm done at about the time the disc begins to fade. Right, there's some clockwork to it.
You structured it smart.
It's almost like he's got stupid high intelligence or something.
Okay.
Right around the end of this is probably when Sumosaur is like done with breakfast, I'm guessing, if you got up and ate. Cooked. What'd you make, Sumosaur?
There are some sweet buns and some probably would be able to get some maybe scrambled eggs going. I don't know. I think that might be viable.
You got plenty of things to spice them with. I'm pretty sure some of those jars were like sauces. So.
Yeah. And
okay.
some fried meat and sauce.
My timer has started. Friendly is on the ground and recasting a horse. Breakfast is done. My timer has started. Tell me what you all are doing, and then I will interrupt when things happen.
This will be 10 minutes.
Okay.
I will stretch and eat breakfast.
I eat breakfast, and then if Roz is comfortable with it, I lay on her shoulder.
She pets you. You are no longer something that is frightening to her.
I am very content with the petting. Letting out a hiss-like purr. Well, a purr-like hiss.
Where are you at Tuesday?
I am guarding. I am either behind the box or behind something, full on sniper position, keeping a lookout while everyone else does everything else.
Okay.
If I'm handed food, I compress it to be as small as possible, and I swallow it like a pill.
Classy.
Yay.
I'm sure that somebody brings out food for Friendly in that time. Do you eat you can't eat until you're done with the ritual, I guess? I don't know.
I have very big jaws that are to eat you with. So 6 seconds of
Cool.
All the better to eat you with.
Exactly. The phrase
we need to get you a nightgown
and
a bonnet
somewhere.
Yes.
No, I'll find one on my own.
Yeah, you will.
Well, his birthday's at the end.
Damn, dude. Now you got me thinking. Anyway, and what is Rook doing? Why did Rook go over there? Rook isn't over there.
Rook is over there. Because that's what Rook is doing. I was pre-doing that for you. Rook is scouting the water.
Okay, well then, in that case, just after that 10 minutes passes and you've done the first one and the second one's down, and you have probably crunched on your thing and you're starting the second ritual, Rook first, and then Tuesday see uh, three heads, not human, not human, but three heads break the water and just to nostrils, clearly dinosaurish.
Okay, that's not a problem yet.
Rook will call out to the group, "Hey, over here!"
I see him.
Let me move them up to the map or to the token layer so that there we go. That is not what they look like. I just used an image that made sense for reasons.
Is that how large they are?
Yes.
Sure.
They are small.
Okay.
So, no, that is not how large they are.
Okay. How much current is in the river? Are they like swimming to maintain position?
Yes.
Okay.
They may even be drifting a little, but three little heads have popped up and are looking at you.
I
And then they
Like-
hear
go ahead.
well, and then they hear Rook yell, and they all like simultaneously like look at Rook and duck back down under the water. Like it's not even a splash, just they're gone.
How far down is Rook? I mean, can I see like shadows of things under the water? Is it brown murk?
So the way that the light is reflecting on the water at sunrise makes it look very like mercury. So he's got the light to contend with and would have to get pretty close to be able to see well. I'm assuming he's not going to go into that, but if he gets within like 8 feet, I could give you an answer. Gesundheit. Again. Like Sabrina says, are you done yet?
Hopefully. So Rook will just continue to keep watch on the river in that area.
Oops, sorry, I accidentally moved Rook to the GM layer. Let me put him back up on the token layer. Sorry about that. Okay. Show me where Rook's looking. Just flying around over that part of the water in a circle?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 40 feet up.
Okay. All right. A few minutes later, come on, objects and tokens. Switching between map layers so quickly is exciting. One pops its head out again and is looking directly at Rook.
Hey, it's back again. Friendly will just look up, be proactive. And Rook will fly over and take the wand of paralysis from Friendly's pouch. And other people will have opportunities to do things before any more of that happens.
Okay. As it's watching it, it yells and flies away. It drops back down under the water. This is fun. This is exciting, guys.
I'm tracking all of this with the sight on my gun.
Empress
Everyone
is
has
just giving a purr-like hiss. As
So
she's being
the
petted.
only people who are out right now are Friendly, Rook, and Tuesday.
I know, that's why I wasn't saying anything.
Okay.
Oh, I had misunderstood that. I thought we were all out because Friendly had specifically asked like everybody muster out
Oh, that's
Nope.
because
correct.
Oh.
I
that
thought we were all
whole
out too.
My
thing.
I had intended to
misunderstanding.
be.
I thought
Everyone
we
is
were.
in fact out.
I.
Except for Roz, who was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So while we're
Yeah,
not
no,
in
I don't want.
initiative,
Roz is just a liability in this situation. No, keep her.
while we're not in initiative yet for the timing of things, everyone has a chance to do one action, except for Friendly, who's still casting. Before the next thing happens, and then we'll probably roll initiative.
Empress at this point is just watching.
Can I get my aiming bonus action, or do I need to wait for something to show up?
You have to have something to aim at, and since they keep disappearing, you can get
Okay.
that for a certain area in the water, but
That, I mean, yeah, I'm not doing anything else.
okay. Hmm. Okay, I have to roll some dice. Hold on. It's always fun when that happens, right? Oh my god, give me the thing. There it is. Thank you. I should have made macros. Okay. Oh. Yeah. All right. So the first thing that happens is roll initiative. Just to make my, because I if I go through timing, it's gonna be terrible. So never mind.
All right, and I assume I'm rolling only for Rook.
Rook goes on. You're rolling only for Rook, yes.
Okay, that's what
I've been making his and your turn the same turn unless we specify that otherwise.
Yeah, that's usually fine.
And you should be able to put them in on the bar now.
18.
Sumo Sore got a 6. Food coma. Empress, what did you get for your initiative?
10.
So that's starch.
All right.
Rook got an 18, but I'm certain it's a lower 18 than Tuesday.
I would
Yeah.
hope so.
I can just. There we go. So Tuesday 1st.
What triggered initiative? What's happening?
You don't know yet.
Well then, yeah, I kill everyone.
Is Rook doing anything?
Rook will fly up back to 40 feet and then 5, 10, 15, 20 on his turn. And is it? Oh, they have a 50 feet fly. Okay, so 5, 10 back. And then
I am holding my attack action until there's something to attack.
Yeah.
Can Rook see that I just saw pop up?
Rook can, yes. Hold
Okay.
on. Yep. That's going to continue to be a pain for a minute. All right, there we go. Oh, I moved him to the map layer. Ugh. Figuring it out.
Okay.
That keeps happening. Okay. So yes, Rook can absolutely see it.
All right.
It didn't pop out till after his turn. Sorry.
Till after Rook's turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was just
Okay.
buttons.
So
It takes so long.
In that case, I'll forego any of the complicated stuff. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then 20 feet up. So he's now 60 feet up right there. I note his altitude on the blue circle on the token. And that will do.
Okay.
And that's
Uh,
when he spots the creature.
Yes.
Okay.
And so he spots the creature, and also Tuesday, you also see it come out, stick its head up, and then very slowly come out of the water and onto the bank. It is, oh, I can share my screen and just show you what it looks like, as long as you promise not to read the stat block. Wait, let's see if I can cover the stat block. It's so much fun to share a screen, right? Wait, there's a way to do this. Hold on. Fudge. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Can you all see that?
Yes.
So this is the thing that is coming out of the water, so that you have a good eyeball of it. It is small. It's like the size of a turkey.
Empress immediately tenses up, hissing menacingly.
Okay, hold on. How do I have to figure out how to stop sharing now. I wasn't sure how I got to. Oh, that button. Did it stop?
Yep.
Yay! Excellent, excellent. Okay. Thanks for being so useful, Skype. So it comes out of the water and it is clearly limping. Like it's got one really jagged leg limping. Like it's got an injured leg and it's sort of using its little tiny arms to kind of balance and is looking up at Rook.
Ugh.
And it moving really slowly, it gets about 10 feet out of the water.
Can Rook make an insight check?
Sure.
I mean, Rook can attempt an insight check.
I
That's not
mean,
really how that.
I was about to ask to do the same thing. Can I still do that?
Yeah.
Rook got 6 minus
Uh,
6,
that-
7.
That's a natural 28. Tell me about its childhood.
How do you roll these kind of rolls? Wow. I am
You heard a
impressed.
really specific bard tale in some bar somewhere about this very thing.
Yeah. Like, you know exactly everything about the Pteranodon's intentions. Just checking a thing. Cool.
I'm mostly trying to sense, like, is this a danger or is this a wounded animal trying to escape what it sees as a predator?
It is definitely acting wounded, but it reminds you a lot of what some birds do to protect their nests, where they pretend to be injured to draw an aggressor away.
Ah, fuck. So my read on this is potentially a mother trying to lure threats away from its young.
It's definitely, your read on this is definitely its allure, and that's the thing it reminds you of.
Well, I don't shoot at it yet.
Okay. All right. That would make it Empress's turn.
Empress is all tensed up at the moment, but doesn't do anything, as she hasn't perceived it to be doing anything dangerous at the moment.
So one of the things that you can do is what's called hold action. You
Yeah.
you use your bonus action to hold an action for your next for when something happens. Like David had said, if something attacks, I'm attacking. Or
Yeah.
if the balloon reaches 5 feet, I'm shooting it or whatever. So you can be precise like that, and that's how you get ready for if something happens. Is
Yeah,
there something you'd like?
I'm
What are
holding
you
my action
what are you
in
holding it for?
in case it attacks or does something a snake would see as threatening.
Okay. Sumasaur at 2.
Well, I rolled an insight and got a 5, so I'm not liking this thing.
You also see that I clearly have a bead on it, and I haven't shot it yet. I was just pointing that out.
Friendly made a, or there was a good correction in chat. It burns your reaction, not your bonus action. My bad.
I mean, you haven't said anything yet, though. It's a lot to assume that I saw your body language.
I was going to say something, but we moved on.
My bad. You can still say something.
Like without looking away, Tuesday says, "This is either a protective mother or a threat."
Okay, so, God. All right, I will jog. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I don't go. I guess I have to use like I'll use one movement actually. So I will just walk over here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I guess I will attempt to look menacing.
As
and I
you
will
get
throw rocks in the
closer,
lake.
you're going to throw rocks in the lake?
Yeah.
As you get closer, it limps like more like not exactly away from you, but sort of trailing along the side of the water and like falls over. It like so pitiful. The most pitiful ever. And you're going to throw rocks at the water.
Yeah.
They splash like water does. Anything else?
No.
Okay. At the top of the round.
I don't know how to wrestle a water beast.
At the top of the round is Tuesday's turn, and I need you to start by making a perception check.
What's my perception? Hopefully high. 21.
Oh, good. You hear something, like a scrabbling or something, and you look quickly to the south, and you see 5 more of those crouched and creeping up on Friendly.
Oh. Can I have my action now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's your turn.
We're in a new round,
so
right?
Your new round, so yes, you can have an action. Your turn.
Whichever in that group, whichever one is closest, gets shot in the face twice.
Probably that one.
This one.
I moved and opened a different thing.
Oh.
Probably that one.
Yeah, the one that is furthest north of that group.
Okay.
Stop doing this thing. Come on. 15 and 17 to hit.
Both hit.
Sorry.
There's echoing.
8. That's 31 fire damage.
You, well, since you just light it on fire, you want to go ahead and describe that?
Are they like predator creeping, like Shere Khan style?
Well, I mean, you saw the shape. It's more like velociraptor, but yeah.
Right, but I mean, like, attitude-wise, it's that, like,
Yes.
low creep thing.
Yes.
So, like, tail kind of, or like, body higher than head.
Mm-hmm.
The bolts in quick succession just hit it in the spine and immolate it from the spine out through the skeleton. And it just looks like a burnt turkey.
It does look like a burnt turkey.
And I go, they're tricking us.
The
Clever girl.
the others are. Have you ever seen a turkey look surprised? I don't know how to
Yes.
describe it exactly, but like, oh, what now? About it.
Yes, I own turkeys. So yes.
Kyle, no.
This is a perfect then for you. They are suddenly surprised turkeys, including the one that is on its back in front of Sumosaur, is like, oh no. Friendly. Well, Rook, your turn.
Well, friendly as his action will continue the ritual. As his bonus action, he will cast Sanctuary. Rook will fly 5, 10, 15, 20, drop down 10. Continue 5, 10, 15, 20, and will use the Wand of Paralysis on this one here, which will be a Constitution save. So carrying it in its beak, it just does like the head wiggle and says a magic word even without moving its beak, because mimicry goes in the throat.
That's a
It does.
15.
15 is exactly what it needed. Okay.
It just felt tingly for a minute and didn't like it. I feel like if that misses, or not misses, it's got to be like that feeling when your like leg falls asleep because you were sitting on it funny, like but your whole body, and it's just very uncomfortable for a minute.
Bonus action aiming at one of the other ones.
Okay. Any other things from Rook or you?
Nope.
All right. So the one in front of you, Sumosaur, like sees this, knows the jig is up, and like does a roll and run into the water and just dives in and is gone. The ones that the rest of you are looking at, except for the one who is burnt turkey right there, do the same thing. They just hide like, and it's exactly like their tail, like cats running away, like their tails stuck up in the air kind of thing, just like zoom. So they zoomy. Whoops, not that one. Everyone except that one. They zoomy back into the water. Go back onto the GM layer. and just right into the water. They're not having any of this. Empress, it's your turn.
With how quick this happened, Empress is just stunned. Like she was, as soon as she's Tuesday yelled, she was posed to strike, but then they ran, and she was just
Sure.
like,
You,
okay,
you did have a ready action.
yeah, in case they attacked.
But then we got to the top of the round.
And it holds until your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. They ran away. You're welcome to roll perception to see if you can see them, but I'm gonna call us out of initiative and just track where they are. It's like you don't make good prey or something. Is anyone doing anything?
I'm rolling initiative. I mean, perception.
Okay. All right, so
I rolled
that
an
Sumosaur
18.
got 22.
What do I add to my perception roll? I feel like I add something to it.
It's a skill.
Wisdom.
It's an
Wisdom.
ability check with a skill proficiency.
Oh.
why is my water so far away from me? Okay, so fortunately, because that one really sucks today,
21
yeah,
is my perception roll.
nice to get those nice rolls out of the way now. Yeah. You, both of you, Empress and Sumosaur, the one that kind of rolled over and limped into the water, you can see it splashing around in there as it swims further upstream. So further north. You were heading south. It is actually really difficult to see these guys in the water, so good job.
Seems like they're moving past us.
Empress is just keeping her eye on them, watching with a low, constant hiss, like.
Rook rolled stupid high. He's going to ready in action to hit him with paralysis if well, hit anything that comes out of the water with the wand.
Okay. Rook rolled stupid high, and from his vantage point can see the other four moving slowly also upstream. Anyone want to make a nature check to figure out any aspects of what just happened? Not Sumas. Tell me the story of what happened, Sumas.
Yeah, they looks like they live in the water.
17 from friendly.
Okay.
I got a
A
7.
5!
Empress is surprised that they live in the water.
What?
No?
Sorry.
I rolled higher than Sumosaur.
No, you rolled a 1. You have a 5, but you rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah. I still have higher than.
No, you have higher than what she rolled. That's not what she has. Anyway. The cleric of the code, though, has some understanding that that one that was limping out and is splashing away and a little bit more obvious is probably the youngest of this particular hunting party, and that, well, they must be used to being able to get things that stop on the road if they tried it. Y'all are just bad. Also, Sumosaur, do you have cooking skill or do you just like food?
Let's see. I don't think I have a skill for it specifically. No, just like it a lot.
Tool
All right.
proficiency.
For like it a lot, just roll me a 20.
To see if you poison us.
Got a 7.
What's your intelligence score?
-1.
Oh yeah, okay, never
I mean,
mind.
it's like, my intelligence is 9. My modifier is -1.
Never mind. Well, it's a good thing that the sticky buns that y'all ate didn't come from Sumosaur cooking them. Never mind. Anyone else want to try cooking or just random 20 roll for GM's purposes? Roll dice to know a thing.
Can we tell? Like, that was okay. That was kind of my question. Can we tell by looking at it that this is not good to eat?
You have to look at it. So if she made eggs, you don't want to eat the eggs, and that's going to be super obvious. Jocelyn, even though you don't really like cooked flesh, that flaming turkey probably smells like the sort of thing that these other flesh eaters eat.
I was actually going to ask about that. If like, anyone know if this is edible? Because I made jerky.
Empress speaks up. It smells edible to me. I'm fairly good at saying what's not edible. I mean, I don't like it, but the rest of you might.
If the food put forward does not look comfortable, I have rations. I'm used to rations.
I mean that the pteranodon that you guys
Yeah, I
lit on
know.
fire. Okay, yeah.
But after Allison's role, I'm saying if what is put before me doesn't look like a good idea, I have rations, and I'm a nomad. I'm used to rations.
Maybe Rook will eat it.
I also just I decided that Tuesday doesn't like eggs because I don't like eggs.
I feel that.
More for me. Tell me you don't like cilantro too, and I have a perfect breakfast. Anyway, it's fine.
I'm neutral on cilantro. I don't.
That's unusual.
I'm just like, yeah, it's fine.
All right. You all are out of combat. The things are running away. You have a turkey to eat if you want to. And the 5 minutes from now, the tensor disk will be recast.
I am keeping watch the entire time.
Okay.
I haven't moved so far.
I go back in to check on Roz.
Hastings has made her a breakfast of different food. And she is I don't know exactly what kind of like cutlery you guys have, but I don't expect it's particularly fancy, but she's essentially trying to use it in a very formal way and having a very formal breakfast with M. M. Chessman Hastings Chessman. Dang it, now I forgot what order it is. And
The mechanical man.
and I want to say a toy, but I haven't established if there were any toys in here yet. Because even though you guys had the whole wall of toys, did you put the toys in the box for her?
Yes.
Okay, then.
We specifically included things for her to keep occupied with.
Okay, so she's got a plush dragon that she's also having breakfast with.
Ah.
After the disc is done, I will take one more minute to gather all of the food that Sumasaur made and cast Purify Food and Drink. Waste not, want not. This is lunch.
You are I appreciate it.
Oh, I didn't think it was that bad.
I don't think it is either, but this way they all know it's safe and can quit being babies about it. I think it's fine. I lived in a monastery.
For the record, I said nothing about it.
I've lived in monasteries and cults.
Silence volumes.
No, like you couldn't tell. I ate some sweet rolls and went back to my aiming.
I totally want this to be the thing that you guys try to figure out. Who cooks breakfast every day?
I literally only said the burnt turkey thing smells like it could be food.
So, is anyone going to pick up the burnt turkey thing?
No.
I don't have hands.
We're out of the desert. This isn't emergency conditions. I still have create food and drink prepared. We're okay.
Excellent.
Like, if it doesn't have any useful parts, like, I don't know, the teeth worth anything?
I mean, those talons you could use as steak knives.
Yeah, I mean, bring it along if you want to butcher it, but I don't think it's breakfast.
Okay.
I said nothing about the already cooked food. I just said burnt turkey
I'll
thing.
take a claw off of it.
Yeah, I was just like, the burnt turkey thing smells like it could be food if we want it.
Well, and you don't eat cooked food anyway,
No,
so it's not
no,
a
I don't.
issue.
E-
Yeah, this
Even
smells
on
like
a-
human food. Yeah, you should eat that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Before, bu-
you're like
Bef-
somebody's cat.
exactly.
before Friendly leaves them to their day of being towed around and chit chatting, he'll head to Bras. Would you mind if I cast a spell of non-detection on you? I fear there are people who will be searching for you, and I would feel better if they were unable to pinpoint your location.
Can I answer you tomorrow?
Only if they don't find you today.
Sweet dreams.
After we get to the safe space, I will let you know.
Oh, where's the town?
It's not a town. Or it's not a town anymore. It was a town. It's not a town anymore.
Well, if you'd like to come up front and tell me all about it, feel free. But I've got to go drive.
You'll be there soon. She's not being cold to you.
Mhm.
She's just more interested in having tea with her dragon right now.
Oh yeah, totally
It's
get.
there's nothing about you.
Yeah, and Friendly wasn't, just like, hey, little girl, do the thing, not do the thing. All right, cool.
As long as it's not
right.
hello, little girl, we're fine.
No, no, no. But in that case, like tea with her bear, he will make it a point to be like, and would you like a spell of non-detection? No, all right. and then he'll go
Definitely chuckles.
drive the horse.
You get little girl chuckle out of that.
I'll take it.
Shout out to everyone who got that reference.
Yeah, absolutely. You're my best friends.
Uh-huh.
And this is now what is going to be stuck in my head today. Guess what I have to watch after this? Anyway, and you
The
continue.
Broadway version, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I haven't seen the movie. I have no intention. I'm so mad. Anyway,
That's the worst part.
this isn't about me. Anyway,
If only every DM knew that.
you continue on the road. About an hour, 2 hours later, are you staying out of the? Who's staying out? Who's staying in? I know where Friendly and Rook are.
I'm staying with Roz.
Okay.
If the girl is supervised, then I can be out and keep a lookout.
Okay. Sumasaur.
Yes.
Are you in the box? Out of the box?
Out.
Taking a spell on the horse? Like someone could spend time riding the chrome horse if you wanted to be out of the box too. That's an option.
I'll ride the horse.
Because it is not sized for you, but it can absolutely hold you. So this is like you ever see like a really big guy riding one of those little tiny trick bikes?
Mm-hmm.
It's like in Men in Tights, her assistant, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's so. Then you probably see first, Sumosaur. You were Rook. A bit of a dust cloud on where you're pretty sure the road goes.
dust cloud up ahead. Can I like tap on the box or something?
I'm out there.
Yeah.
Well, you are. Just to let
Yeah.
the others know.
You're muted.
Friendly is like curled up on the disc in front of the box, so he can just like open it up and call in.
Okay.
We might have company.
Can I perceive at the dust cloud?
Now that yes, do you want to roll a check or do I want to just use your base? Oh, that works too.
Oh, you mean like my passive or just my score?
What did you roll for perception?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you are pretty sure that's like a single rider on a much more
Okay.
standard looking horse. Maybe it's a
Okay.
horse? You know, that might not be a horse, but
It's a
it's
Harley.
horse-like.
Okay, I'm watching them the whole time.
All right. It after a little bit of time, it becomes clear that this is someone else on the road who is riding the opposite direction of you, and you will meet on the road. And that is where we're going to pause this episode because we're at like an hour time limit, and I can't think I can get you guys watching this for more than an hour at a time. If I'm wrong, tell me.
The
Anyway.
algorithm will destroy us.
It's true. Anyway, if you're enjoying this, give us a like. If you want to see more, there's a subscribe button. We're glad you're here for season 2, and we look forward to continuing to share our adventures with you. Have a good game. Stop recording button somewhere. There it is.
Hi.